In the heart of West Africa, where the dense forests whisper ancient secrets and the earth itself pulses with the rhythms of a rich and vibrant culture, there lies the legendary Kingdom of Benin. This is a land of artisans, warriors, and wise rulers, where the past is honored in every carving, every bronze casting, and every beat of the drum. But even in a kingdom as mighty as Benin, there are forces that transcend human understanding, forces that test the very fabric of power, wisdom, and the bond between the earthly and the divine. Our story unfolds in a time when the Kingdom of Benin was at the height of its glory, ruled by a king whose name was spoken with reverence and awe. But it was not just the king who held the heart of the kingdom in his hands. Beside him stood Queen Idia, a woman of unparalleled wisdom and beauty, whose counsel was sought by the greatest minds, and whose foresight could pierce the veil of the unknown. On a fateful day, a prophecy would reach the ears of the Oba, a prophecy that spoke of a golden leopard, a creature sent by the gods themselves. It was said that this leopard would bring with it a test, one that would determine the fate of the kingdom for generations to come. What followed was a tale of courage, humility, and the enduring power of truth, as the rulers of Benin faced a challenge unlike any they had ever known. This is the story of the Benin Queen and the Golden Leopard, a tale that has echoed through the ages, carrying with it the lessons of the past and the wisdom that still guides us today. So gather close and listen well as we journey back to a time when the gods walked among men and the fate of a kingdom hung in the balance. In the great halls of the Benin Palace, the Oba, the king of Benin, sat on his throne surrounded by his advisors and the elders of the kingdom. The walls were adorned with intricate bronze plaques depicting the feats of his ancestors. The Oba's wife, the revered Queen Idia, was known far and wide for her wisdom and beauty. Her presence commanded respect, and her advice was sought in times of great need. One day, an old seer whose eyes had seen the passing of many seasons approached the palace with a prophecy. "A golden leopard," she whispered, her voice as fragile as the wind, "will appear in Benin. It will be a sign from the gods, a test for the ruler of this land. How you respond to the leopard will determine the fate of the kingdom for generations to come." The Oba, though a wise and brave king, was troubled by this prophecy. He turned to Queen Idia, whose calm demeanor always brought him comfort. "My queen," he said, "what do you make of this prophecy? What should we do if such a creature appears?" Queen Idia, known for her foresight, closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "The gods do not send signs without reason," she began. "We must be vigilant, but also humble. If this leopard is indeed a messenger from the gods, we must approach it with reverence and respect. The fate of our kingdom may rest on how we treat this divine creature." The Oba nodded, trusting in his queen's wisdom. But deep in his heart, he felt a stir of unease. Could the arrival of the golden leopard bring peace or peril to his beloved Benin? Several moons passed, and the Kingdom of Benin carried on as it always had. The markets bustled with traders, the blacksmiths pounded iron into tools and weapons, and the people lived their lives under the watchful eye of the Oba. But the prophecy of the golden leopard lingered in the minds of many, especially the Oba. Then, one fateful afternoon, as the sun dipped low in the sky, a strange sight was seen near the edge of the sacred forest. A majestic leopard, unlike any other, emerged from the shadows. Its fur shimmered with a golden hue, catching the sunlight and glowing as if it were made of pure gold. The leopard's eyes, piercing and wise, seemed to hold the secrets of the gods themselves. Word of the leopard spread quickly, and soon the people of Benin gathered to witness the creature. It moved gracefully, unafraid, as if it knew it was the subject of awe and reverence. The Oba, accompanied by Queen Idia and his warriors, approached the leopard with a mixture of fear and respect. The leopard stopped and sat on its haunches, gazing directly at the Oba. The crowd held its breath, waiting for the king's response. Queen Idia stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. "Great leopard, if you are a messenger from the gods, know that we honor and welcome you. We offer you the hospitality of our kingdom. We seek your guidance and wisdom." The leopard blinked slowly, its gaze shifting to the queen. It let out a low growl, not of aggression, but of acknowledgement. The crowd murmured in awe, The Oba, seeing this as a sign of approval, ordered that the leopard be treated as a guest of honor. A feast would be held in its honor, and the best of Benin's offerings would be laid before it. But as the night approached, the question remained: why had the leopard come, and what test would it bring to the kingdom? That evening, the palace of Benin was transformed into a place of celebration and ritual. The grand hall was adorned with the finest decorations, elaborate tapestries depicting the history of the kingdom, intricately carved ivory sculptures, and golden artifacts that gleamed under the light of countless oil lamps. The smell of rich stews and roasted meats filled the air, mingling with the sweet scent of tropical fruits. The golden leopard was given a place of honor, a raised platform draped in the finest silks, where it lay calmly, observing the proceedings with an air of regal indifference. The people of Benin danced and sang, their voices lifting in songs of praise to the gods, their bodies moving in harmony to the rhythm of the drums. Queen Idia, however, could not shake the feeling that this feast, though grand and joyous, was only the beginning of something much greater. She watched the leopard closely, noting how it seemed to observe the people as if judging their worth. There was a weight to the night, a sense of impending revelation that hung in the air like the humidity of the evening. As the feast continued, the Oba raised his voice to address the crowd. "People of Benin, tonight we honor this sacred creature, sent to us by the gods. Let us show our respect and gratitude by offering it the best of what our kingdom has to offer." One by one, the people brought forward their offerings: gold, ivory, woven cloths, and food of every kind. But the leopard remained unmoved, its gaze fixed on the Oba and Queen Idia, as if waiting for something more. Then, a young boy, no older than 10, approached the platform. In his hands, he held a small carved figurine of a leopard, made from a simple piece of wood. The carving was rough, but it was clear that the boy had put great care into its creation. He placed the figurine at the leopard's feet and bowed deeply. To everyone's surprise, the leopard rose and padded over to the boy, its golden eyes softening. It lowered its head and gently nuzzled the figurine. The crowd gasped, and the Oba and Queen Idia exchanged a look of astonishment. The queen stepped forward and addressed the leopard. "Great one, you honor this boy's simple offering above all others. What is it that you seek from us? What lesson do you wish to impart?" The leopard's gaze shifted to the Oba once more, and then it turned and began to walk away, heading toward the sacred forest from which it had come. The boy's figurine still lay on the platform, untouched by the wealth of Benin but chosen by the divine. The feast ended with a sense of awe and confusion. What did this mean? And what was the leopard trying to teach the people of Benin? As the days passed, the kingdom of Benin was abuzz with speculation about the golden leopard and its mysterious departure. Some believed that the gods were pleased, while others feared that the kingdom had somehow failed the test. The Oba, though troubled by the uncertainty, continued to rule with the wisdom that had long defined his reign. Yet, he could not shake the feeling that something more was required of him. One evening, as the sun set behind the great walls of the city, casting long shadows over the land, the Oba called for a council with Queen Idia and the kingdom's most trusted advisors. "The leopard has come and gone, but its purpose remains unclear," he said. "We honored it with our greatest treasures, yet it was the simple gift of a child that caught its attention. What does this mean for us? What must we do to ensure the gods' favor?" Queen Idia, who had been silent during the council, finally spoke. "My king, the gods do not seek our wealth or our power. They seek our humility, our sincerity, and our willingness to honor the simplest truths. The leopard chose the boy's carving because it was given with pure intent, without expectation of reward." The Oba nodded, understanding beginning to dawn. "Then we must find a way to show the gods that we are worthy, not through riches, but through our actions." That night, the Oba and Queen Idia ventured into the sacred forest, where the leopard had first appeared. They carried with them no offerings, no symbols of power, only the determination to seek the truth and honor the gods in the way they lived and ruled. As they entered the heart of the forest, the air grew still, and the trees seemed to close in around them. Suddenly, the golden leopard appeared once more, its eyes glowing in the dim light. It circled the Oba and the queen, its movements slow and deliberate, as if measuring their worth. The Oba, feeling the weight of the moment, knelt before the leopard. "Great one," he said, "we come not with gifts, but with our pledge. We will rule this land with fairness, with kindness, and with respect for all living things. We ask for your guidance and the gods' favor in doing so." The leopard stopped and looked deeply into the Oba's eyes. Then, with a graceful leap, it disappeared into the forest, leaving behind a sense of peace and acceptance. The Oba and Queen Idia returned to the palace with a renewed sense of purpose. The gods had tested them, and they had shown that true leadership is not about wealth or power, but about the strength of character and the ability to lead with humility and wisdom. The years that followed were marked by prosperity and peace in the Kingdom of Benin. The Oba and Queen Idia ruled with the wisdom and humility that the Golden Leopard had inspired in them. Their reign became known as a Golden Age, where the people of Benin flourished under the guidance of their wise and just rulers. The story of the Golden Leopard became a cherished tale, passed down through generations, a reminder of the lessons learned that fateful night in the sacred forest. It was said that the spirit of the leopard continued to watch over the kingdom, ensuring that its rulers remained true to the values of fairness, humility, and respect for all life. Queen Idia, now revered not only as a wise ruler, but also as a spiritual guide, would often recount the tale to the children of the palace, teaching them the importance of sincerity and the power of simple truths. She would hold up the wooden figurine of the leopard, the very one that the young boy had offered, as a symbol of the kingdom's enduring bond with the divine. As the queen aged, she continued to serve as the moral compass of the kingdom, her wisdom shaping the future rulers of Benin. The Golden Leopard, though never seen again, remained a powerful symbol of the kingdom's connection to the gods, a reminder that true power lies not in wealth or might, but in the purity of one's heart. The Kingdom of Benin prospered for many generations, its people living in harmony with the land and the gods. The story of the Golden Leopard and the legacy of Queen Idia became an integral part of the cultural fabric of Benin, ensuring that the values of humility, sincerity, and respect would be passed down through the ages. And so, the tale of the Benin Queen and the Golden Leopard lived on, a timeless story of wisdom, courage, and the enduring power of the human spirit. And so the Kingdom of Benin flourished under the wise and just rule of the Oba and Queen Idia, guided by the lessons imparted by the Golden Leopard. The tale of their encounter with the divine creature became a cherished story, passed down through generations as a reminder of the power of humility, sincerity, and the strength of character. Though the Golden Leopard never returned, its spirit remained in the hearts of the people, a symbol of the sacred bond between the rulers and the gods. The legacy of Queen Idia and the Oba lived on, ensuring that Benin would be remembered not just for its wealth and power, but for its wisdom and the values that defined it. As we come to the end of this tale, I hope you've been inspired by the wisdom and bravery of Queen Idia, the Oba, and the people of Benin. Stories like these remind us of the timeless lessons that are just as relevant today as they were in the past. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the heart of Benin's rich history and culture. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss another captivating tale from the vast world of folklore. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the stories that shape our world.